Greetings and salutations. Today we'll be covering the mystery surrounding the disappearance of James Neilson as we delve into the chilling annals of the Holy Cross wilderness, where it seems yet another soul vanished without a trace. This enigma casts an eerie shadow reminiscent of a modern-day Bermuda Triangle. This is a haunting realm where individuals like Vanishing in 2005 and more recently James Neilson seemed to have slipped away into oblivion. The story unfolds in the wake of a futile search spanning 4 days and encompassing an exhaustive quest that yielded no signs of Neilson's whereabouts. His vanishing act, much like the wilderness that swallowed him, has left investigators perplexed and haunted by the unknown. In an unexpected turn, Eagle County's Sheriff's Office discovered what could potentially be the mortal remains of James Neilson near a remote campsite close to Holy Cross City, a ghost town steeped in the remnants of an old mining community. Details would emerge from Neilson's journal suggesting a struggle with altitude sickness, which could have been partly at fault for his potentially grim fate. There is also the peculiar absence of certain gear such as his GPS, his camp stove, and his camera, which sparked theories ranging between foul play and the whims of nature. Yet amidst all this speculation lies a more plausible reality. The volatile nature of the wilderness itself, with its snowpacks that shift and reshape the landscape at every turn, could have easily scattered vital belongings while obscuring the trails of a lost hiker. As time unfolded, further possibilities emerged. However, each was shrouded in uncertainty. Could a chance encounter with an abandoned campsite lead to an unwitting hiker to having appropriated Neilson's seemingly abandoned possessions, unaware of the tragedy that befell him? In the midst of this inexplicable disappearance, the hearts of many turned towards Neilson's family and his devoted fiancée. Testimonies would paint a portrait of a rather noble soul, a man whose fervor for the wilderness was matched only by his loving character, making his unexplained disappearance all the more perplexing, due to him having been rather well versed in the very types of environments he vanished in. It must be noted that the exhaustive efforts of the search and rescue teams tallied over 1,000 man-hours, yet despite their unwavering dedication, the mystery remains unsolved. And as time has gone on, the haunting echoes of vanished souls continue to linger within the ominous expanse of Holy Cross wilderness. James's disappearance was only the second harrowing enigma to have occurred in said area within the span of 6 years. He was preceded by Vanishing in 2005. Their elusive fates would eventually become a chilling testament to the dangers of the untamed wilds. The mystique surrounding this enigmatic terrain has drawn multiple comparisons to the Bermuda Triangle, and some individuals have even referred to this area as Holy Cross Triangle. The search for Neilson, 31 at the time of his vanishing, would yield no trace, regardless of the 4-day pursuit that scoured the landscape, prompting Eagle County Sheriff Joe Hoy to reluctantly suspend the search. This in part was due to the extreme vastness of the wilderness, coupled with the absence of any clues or traces of the victim, leaving an insurmountable challenge that had authorities grasping at straws. As hope and resources dwindled, the quest for answers entered a melodramatic pause, awaiting for even the faintest glimmer of new information to reignite the search. Vail Mountain Rescue Group remains poised to further investigate this case at the first sign of any clues that could point them in a direction, as they hold steadfast to the faint hope of uncovering the missing trail of this elusive hiker. In a poignant display of solidarity, Sheriff Hoy accompanied Neilson's family and friends to Vail's Adventure Ridge, offering them a somber vista overlooking the expanse where Neilson himself embarked on his ill-fated journey. A congregation would at one point gather in earnest prayer at the Evangelical Lutheran Church, which was a place where Neilson's professional contributions echoed his dedication. Amidst the solace, a bitter realization of the halted search loomed large, all the while being a bittersweet acknowledgement of the exhaustive search efforts that reached a sobering conclusion. Within this abyss of the unknown, the authorities found themselves at an impasse, their quest for resolution eclipsed by the impenetrable veil of uncertainty which shrouded this case. The specter of what transpired still remains elusive, shrouding the eerie wilderness in silence, as the echoes of prayer faded into the wilderness's melancholic embrace. The unsettling void left by James Nielsen's disappearance lingers and adds a tally to the many losses that have been taken by the forces which govern this untamed domain. To go into further detail, the Holy Cross Wilderness is an expanse teeming with enigmatic tales, which beckon the curious into its vast and treacherous embrace. Often referred to as Holy Cross Triangle, this unforgiving terrain harbors a history steeped in peculiar disappearances. Amongst them is a case of Michelle Vanek, a resilient triathlete and mother of 4. Her fateful expedition to climb the mountain in this area in 2005 unraveled into a gripping mystery. Near the summit, fatigue would appear to overtake her, prompting a brief respite just 400 feet shy of her goal. Her hiking partner would then forge ahead in order to conquer the mountain, intending to rendezvous with her later, breaking the basic buddy system rule that everybody should follow in the wilderness. Unfortunately, breaking this rule allowed destiny to take a harrowing turn when Vanek failed to appear at the agreed meeting point. What followed was a monumental search and rescue operation, rallying over 700 volunteers. The eerie resonance of the saga of Michelle Vanek rings true with the disappearance of James Nielsen, who was another soul seemingly swallowed by the same wilderness. The possibility arises that Nielsen too ventured towards the ominous height of Mount of the Holy Cross and engaged in a perilous climb, which was known for diverting climbers into the treacherous Cross Creek drainage when this trail unfortunately eludes them. Despite this, no records placed Nielsen on the summit's register, nor were there any sightings of him scaling the mountain, and his tentative intentions to tackle Holy Cross would only heighten the urgency of the search and rescue team's pursuit. Their focus would then be split between the wilderness itself and the areas around the mountain proper. The uncertainty surrounding Nielsen's intended path further complicated things, since the question, did he diverge from the trail, embarking on off-route exploration, occur? This would mean that they would not only have to check the hiking trails which he supposedly took, but they would also have to endanger themselves to the unpredictable whims of the untamed wilds. The possibility of him disappearing into this area looms large, in part due to it paralleling other disappearances which occurred in the area. The Holy Cross Triangle seems to harbor secrets that many would say defy explanation. Meanwhile, others would believe that it was just a part of nature's unforgiving path and human arrogance mixing. As the investigation continues, the echoes of past mysteries resonate. Eventually, Eagle County Sheriff Joe Hoy's contemplation swirled about, questioning if the veil of wilderness enshrouded Nielsen and disoriented him, leading to an unforeseen accident, potentially in the labyrinthian boulder fields in which Nielsen could have been entrapped. Like many of the theories, the potential of this is largely conjecture due to the overall lack of evidence, and as it so happens, fellow hikers had previously suggested that Nielsen carry a beacon for emergencies. These comments were shared through a Chicago Backpackers Meetup group event, and it seems Nielsen would rebuff this suggestion with an eerie silence, and decide to forego using any beacon for reasons unknown to others. It also must be noted that the intricacies of Nielsen's planned route across the Holy Cross Wilderness belie the ease and familiarity expected of an experienced hiker. Mapped out as a loop encompassing the Mount of the Holy Cross, the trails traced around Fall Creek and Half Moon Pass. The terrain itself should have posed little challenge to someone with his experience. However, the looming aspirations to scale the formidable 14,005-foot mountain would introduce a perplexing twist. Did this experienced hiker just become overconfident, leading him to attempt something he was most likely not ready for while ill-equipped? There are also theories based around Nielsen's purported interest in relics from the nearby ghost town of Holy Cross City. However, extensive searches in this area have yielded naught but the echoes of the silent, abandoned city. The strongest consideration should be of the potential of him attempting to stay off the beaten trail, being what cost him his life, due to it seeming to be a commonality between more experienced hikers who continue to move confident in their bearings even though they are admittedly lost, potentially even traversing nocturnal landscapes only to confront a chilling reality when they return to their campsite, yet they do not find said campsite due to it, as many things, dissolving into the obscurity of the night in the woods. Such stories are not uncommon in this area, where wanderlust metamorphosed into perilous predicaments. One of the many places where Nielsen likely could have lost his life was the labyrinthian cliff bands spanning 5 square miles of treacherous terrain. These sheer rock formations entwined with the landscape, presenting a daunting challenge to those who attempted to dominate these areas without equipment. Yet the treacherous maze is a gambit that many take, some more prepared than others. And amidst the haunting possibilities lies the specter of a wildlife encounter, potentially being what led to a chilling end, due to this area being rife with mountain lions and black bears, 2 apex predators who even a prepared individual would be hard-pressed to deal with. However, attacks by these creatures remain rare occurrences. While not entirely dismissible, an animal assault of such a magnitude would necessitate leaving behind a telltale trail of chaos scattered throughout the mountainous area, leaving behind fabric, equipment, and other damning evidence. Yet all the areas searched revealed no such harbingers of a deadly demise, no signs of an injury, or any ferocious altercations that could point to an animal attack. Delving into other disappearances which occurred in a similar time span, we once again visit Vanishing's disappearance. Unlike Nielsen, Vanishing's disappearance was purportedly accompanied by a chilling discovery of blood, along with suspicious individuals in the general vicinity. However, Nielsen's fate remained veiled due to the lack of any evidence of foul play and the lack of any individuals of interest in the area, leaving investigators grappling with the absence of any concrete lead which could suggest human interference or some third party being responsible. However, later, remains would be found at a campsite near Holy Cross City. These remains have strongly been linked to Nielsen himself, and after extraneous DNA testing, authorities were able to confirm that these were indeed the remains of the missing hiker. However, his direct cause of death still remains a mystery. Within the wilderness of Holy Cross, it appears that enigmas entwine and shadows silently sway. The spectral absence and demise of James Nielsen remains a tantalizing riddle, wrapped in the ruggedness of rugged realms. Amidst the echoing whispers and theories about what led to his death, there are haunting echoes of eerie events mirroring his tragic demise, leaving those who seek truth ensnared in enigmatic enigmas. The tale itself is tenebrous and tantalizing, teetering on the edge of understanding, tethered to the untamed terrain, whose tempestuous temperament tantalizes those brave enough to wade into its depths. The mystery of what slew James Nielsen remains a maze of maybes, mystique, and macabre curiosity. If you remained with me until the end, I thank you, and I do hope you stay tuned and subscribe for more content.